Mike White getting hurt, which was probably the biggest bummer of the night. Guy looking sharp as can be. Yeah, maybe a little spotty. First drive comes out in drive number 2, orchestrates a surgical. And pardon the use of that word. I went on and used that word right away on Instagram and on YouTube. Surgical, and then he hurts his hand. Surgical performance in that second drive. 95 yards, 7 of 11, a touchdown. Mike White looked fantastic, and then gets hurt. JT looked phenomenal. 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. Was like 18, 19 carries, popping it off. What's JT looking like for 2022? Is he the 1.1, 1.2? Where do you rank him? He's got to be the 1 or the 2 overall in 2022 drafts. We did a mock draft today on the live Thursday show on here on the YouTube channel, and JT went, I think, 2 or 3, I forget. But after tonight's performance, there's no way he's dropping to 3. People are going to be amped and excited about that. Who's your number 1? Is it Najee, or is JT number 1 walking into 2022 after that performance? And it's funny, one performance can do that to a player. We tend to cling on to the things that happened most recent, the recency bias. We talk about the psychology in fantasy football. JT ripping it off. Hines had like 20 points too in full PPR. Out of boy. What's up, Justin? What's up, Kyle? Kyle, what's up? I remember I asked you if I should take JT and Chase for Zeke. Haha. What trade that ended up being. Nice work, pal. Goodbye, Odell. Hey, what happened to Mike White? He hit his hand on a helmet, throwing an amazing touchdown pass. He looked magical. Damn, bro, I have to work out tonight. That's why I'm outside. I'm going to go running after this. I got to get back in shape. What's up, Rob? You got JT in 2 leagues. Out of boy. What's up, Jordan Roberts in the house? What's up, people? What's up, party people? Glad to have you here. 18 to 25 of you in the room already. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. Help your boy Smitty and the channel grow. Outside at Lou Molinati's Pizzeria, one of my favorite establishments. I love Lou Molinati's. Trying to negotiate a potential sponsorship with them. I'll tell you that right now. I would love to get Lou Molinati's onto Team Smitty. And I love talking them up regardless, even if they say, even if that doesn't end up working out, I'm still promoting them. Don't tell them. Smitty, what do you think about Ridley return? I think no one knows. Anybody saying they know anything about Ridley's returns, speaking out of the crack of their rear end, because nobody knows. Could he return? Sure, certainly could return. Could he retire and never play again? Absolutely. Could he come back in 4 weeks? Sure. Do you cut him? Depends on who you can pick up. What's up, WTP? Smitty, what do you think about Ridley? You got that one. Trade JT, Hollywood, and Lamar for Brady, Godwin, and Elliott. JT, Hollywood, Lamar. No. JT, Hollywood, Lamar. Keep JT. Offer J-Rob away for Lamb. I take Lamb. Easily. J-Rob's banged up and hurt, pal. I feel bad for asking you if I should trade Elijah Mitchell for DK. Why do you feel bad? Don't feel bad. Take DK. He's safer, pal. Should I take 2 laps? No, not necessarily. Anybody picking up Odell? He's worth a grab in certain situations, bro. The Jets D got Lamb. They certainly did. They probably wouldn't have got. That would have been such a different game had Mike White stayed in the game. That's part of fantasy football. It's part of the NFL, but it's a bummer. Like I'm not gonna lie. I was bummed. I've been amped about Mike White all week. I was so excited. I haven't been this excited about a specific player in a while. And I was amped about this man proving everyone wrong. Just being that guy that comes out of nowhere. The luck of coming down and surgically knifing apart the defense, scoring a touchdown. Those throws were amazing. His accuracy, his release is so quick. He gets the ball out. He knows what he's doing. His checkdowns, his first read, his check. He knows what he's doing. Mike White knows what he's doing. This is the real deal. And I can only hope that he gets another shot. I don't care what anybody says. He got hurt. And that's part of the game, and that's part of of predictions as well. The FF Fantasy Football Show clan was all so excited. We were, man. I still think Wilson gets the job back. He could. I mean, this was an opportunity Mike White needed. It's still a controversy, and you know what I'm going to tell you, Big Kong. You know who doesn't care about a controversy or not? You know who doesn't care about a contract? Salah. Salah's not going to just go with Wilson because he doesn't want a controversy. There's already a controversy, bro. You go with Wilson, whether you like it or not, you're facing controversy. If you go to Wilson, you're not getting rid of a controversy. You're not getting rid of crap. All you're doing is creating more of a problem by not letting Mike White either succeed or fail. You have to let Mike White succeed or fail before you go back to Wilson, or the fans will not be happy. So there's no creating the problem's already there. But Salah's smart enough to know that, and Salah's going to give him a shot. He's going to. I really firmly believe he's going to. Plus, he wants to win. And you know another thing that I don't like about Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson. LaFleur likes to be up in the box, bro. And Zach Wilson said, "I prefer you on the field so I can communicate with you differently." So LaFleur didn't go up into the box like he is accustomed to and like he likes to. And so he's been off. Everybody's been off. And so when Mike White got the call to be the starter, he's like, "Go in the box, bro. Go in the box. I'm fine with it." He went in the box. Everything came together. Everything's set up. Everybody wants. I bet you anything. LaFleur, Salah, the team, the entire team, the locker room. Everyone wants Mike White under center right now, just to see this thing play out. And then if it doesn't work out, you have your future drafted in Zach Wilson. So we'll see what's up. Did they trade Zach Wilson? It depends, bro. There's a lot that's got to go down. A lot that's got to go down. Basically, what you would do is you would tender Mike White. What's up, Mark Cleveland? You would tender Mike White at a second or a first round pick. And then if you do that, then you would be able to retain him very cheaply, which would be a hefty contract, but it's an acceptable contract for even a backup quarterback. The amount of money you pay on a second round tender, you keep him. It's fine. But they're going to. There's no way Salah's not going to play this out. He's too smart. It doesn't matter about draft picks or his job's on the line. Turning the franchise around is on the line. You've got a unique opportunity. You're right, Smitty. He just had it, the it factor. I'm all in on White too, bro, says Brian. Look, there'll be a lot of people that will be off of him just because he got hurt, but I'm not ready to give up on him yet. I'm not. Adversity is something this guy's overcome the entire way. What's one game? In hindsight, what's one game if he can come back and do well? No one's going to remember this game. We'll see. Devonta Smith, Ridley, or Odell as your last roster spot. Probably Ridley in hopes that he comes back, but that's tough. I mean, Ridley's kind of a wasted spot too at the same time. And if that's a redraft, if it's dynasty, of course it's Devonta Smith, but you wouldn't in your right mind be asking me to cut Ridley or Devonta in dynasty, right? And he still had a TD. He looked great on that. 7 for 11, 95 yards, a touchdown on 2 drives. Really one drive. The first drive was really nothing. 3 of 5, I think, for probably like 10, 20 yards, something like that. And he comes in on one drive, pretty much gets about 80 yards and a touchdown on a drive, knifes the defense apart, quick release, good accuracy, finds the wide open target. The one thing that a lot of people don't understand about Mike White, and I'm watching the film on it, guys, I'm not just pulling this out of my rear end. I do QB scouting for a reason. You know, I do it because I have to give advice. This is what I do. It's not a hobby to me. This is my job. When I look at Mike White, I see a player that knows how to break down a defense like some of the greats, man. And it's weird when you watch this guy break down his options, his reads, and he sees first read, second read, check down. Whereas it was hero ball all the time for Zach Wilson. And I'm not saying Zach Wilson can't overcome that hero ball mentality, like I'm going for the big play and I'm only going for the big play. But when you have a guy like Mike White, who, yeah, he's been in the league a little while. He's been in the league a couple years, but he's never started a game until last week when he had a 405-yard 3 TD outing, which is one of 2 QBs in NFL history has ever hit 400 yards. Mike White's one of them. But when you watch Mike White, to know what he knows already, it's crazy. It's crazy. How does he? This guy can read defenses, find his open reads, and knife through a defense with a quick release, quick decision making, and accuracy that he shouldn't have in his first game and then entering his second game. That's how I know he's the real deal. Pittman, a legit wide receiver too. Absolutely. Pittman's getting used. Pittman's maturing. Wentz is playing well. My fear with Pittman is he's the one wide receiver that is of that caliber, that is in the wide receiver 2 from the wide receiver 3 category bucket, getting pulled into the wide receiver 2s here mid in fantasy football, form. He's the one guy that has the most susceptibility to get pulled right back into irrelevant, category of player once Wentz is hurt, and Wentz will probably get hurt at some point. It's just the way those players are. He's an injury-prone player. And so once Wentz gets, removed and raptured from the lineup, which I think will probably happen. I mean, not 100% certain, but he's always kind of coming off the field banged up or something. He plays aggressive. Wentz doesn't know how to play safe. He plays like his job is on the line, which it technically is, but he's playing like every play is on the line. And I like that. He's playing with heart, but he plays aggressively. He's very reckless with his body. He takes shots he doesn't need to take. He hits the ground awkwardly. He lands on his arms, kind of like we're talking about with Kadarius Toney, just recklessly falling on his own arms. Like, know where your body is. Wentz is prone to getting hurt, and so if Wentz goes down, what happens to Pittman? He vanishes, man. He's not a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver that's being cultivated as we speak. So I really like Pittman for as many games as we have Wentz on the field. So I do like Carson. Yeah, and he's lanky. White should sign with a team that needs a QB this offseason like Denver. I mean, it's a possibility, but if White ends up playing and is the real deal, they're not getting rid of White. They're going to look to maybe get rid of Wilson. It's going to be a tough dilemma for the Jets to be in, because here you are looking at two quarterbacks, and which one are you going to, if we get there, we're getting way ahead of ourselves, but if we get there, are you getting rid of the white one, the right one, getting rid of Mike? That was a slip up. Mike White, are you getting rid of White, or are you getting rid of, Wilson, your rookie that you drafted to be the man? Wilson will play again, folks. Chill. Should I grab Henry and put him on IR? Yeah, I mean, if you can pick him up and stash him, sure. Almost played White, but last minute went to a smart move. I mean, White would have did well. White would have did well, but unfortunately, he got hurt. We can't do that. White's only a backup. Come on, take a lap for giving us this dude airtime. White only a backup. Come on, man, take a lap for giving this dude airtime. What dude? You talking about me, Landon? You talking about me, Landon? Or are you talking about White? I'm going to trade away Darrell Henderson. I need a wide receiver. Other teams in the league need a running back. My targets are Jefferson, Thielen, Hollywood Brown. Who do I go for in 3 and 5? Henderson for Diggs. Henderson for DK. Henderson for Hopkins. Yeah, I don't know what Landon's talking about. Landon says he's only a back. What are you talking about, Landon? He's a starter. He's a starter for the New York Football Jets, pal. I don't know what you're talking about. You take a lap. You're in the Mike White zone, bro. Disrespecting Mike White like that. I don't know if you're disrespecting me. You can disrespect me, but don't disrespect Mike White like that, pal, in this facility. Should I do Jacobs for Hunt, Gibson, and Claypool? Yeah, I'd rather take the chance on Gibson. Just traded D. Smith and a 1 for Monty and a 2. Oh, that's your question 1. I don't know how you're wording that, contrarian. Just traded D Smith and a 1 for Monty and a 2 Smitty approved lap time. I don't even know what you're talking about, contrarian, but whatever. Appreciate you. Jacobs or Mixon? Give me Mixon, bro. I'm not sitting Mixon down. Smitty, should I trade CEH? He's still riding on IR. I mean, it depends what you can get, bro. It depends what you can get. I love how I love when someone says "come on," it's so hilarious because it's like Landon says Wilson's still starting. Come on, come on! Like, no, we're not coming on, bro. You're in the Wilsons. You're not in the Wilson zone. You're in the Mike White zone, bro. Coming into the Mike White zone, talking like that. Are you crazy? Job for DK or CD? J Rob for DK or CD? Yeah, I'd take either one, bro. Probably either one, whichever one you can get. Come on. That's almost as good as the eyeball emoji when someone says "come on." You know, especially when someone says "come on" when it's not like warranted. It's not like a good placement for "come on." Like Mike White is the talk of the town right now, and yeah, he got hurt, but people are still like New York doesn't know what to do. It's a true quarterback dilemma that's on their hands. I still appreciate you, Landon. I'm laughing with you, bro. I'm laughing with you. I appreciate your ability to have fun with this, but it's like it's a true quarterback dilemma that's going on. Like it's not a fictional thing. It's not something I've made up. It's not something I'm driving home that isn't real. It's truly a big quarterback dilemma. Whether you're in Team Wilson or Team White is a whole nother thing. But to actually drop the "come on, man," you gotta be kidding me. I still appreciate you though, Landon. What's up, Engage? I appreciate you. Is that coffee spot any good? I don't know. I don't drink coffee. Should I drop Josh Gordon and keep the faith? I mean, I don't have Josh Gordon anywhere. De Jesus says fake news. Thank you, Landon. Thoughts on Kadarius Toney rest of season? Worth rostering over Ridley? Probably over Ridley. Carson Wentz was playing like Mike White. Carson Wentz is pretty good. He was pretty good. But you know what? He was pretty good against a team that didn't have Mike White. That whole game would have changed. The whole game would have changed. Smitty, thoughts on the trade Hopkins and Hunt for Gibson? Then he took it away. Then he retracted it. Then Colin retracted his comment. I don't know why. Why'd you take it away? I was reading it. I start Mike White. Sad emoji, crying emoji. Alexander, I started him in a couple leagues too, pal. He looked good. Threw a touchdown. He was on fire. Then got hurt. Come on. Hill for CMC Fair. I take Hill. Probably straight up, bro. I mean, it depends. I'd rather get you can get a lot. That's the whole point. You can get more. You can get Hill and a running back. You can get Hill and like Cordero Patterson. You can get something like, come on. You can get something like that. These guys over here, like, what the hell are you doing? Don't they know this is the fantasy football show live right now? Don't they know? Come on. What do you think about Kamara and Renfro for Cook and Evans? Kamara and Renfro for Cook and I take Cook and Evans. I mean, Kamara and Cook are really close, so you're giving me Evans over Renfro? Sure. Come on. Do you think Pitts will continue to see double teams now with no wide receiver threat? I mean, bro, Cordero Patterson's still there. But, I mean, I'd rather Ridley be there for Pitts, but thoughts on Ridley and Dynasty? I mean, I don't cut him. I pick him up if he gets dropped. I'm grabbing him, but like I'm like you guys. I don't know what's going on. No one knows. We don't know what his intentions are. We don't know what is meant by walking away from football at this time or whatever. We don't know if that means he's retired. Conklin or Arnold. Probably go Kittle over either of them, but Conklin, I suppose. Mitchell and Godwin for CD and Dak. CD and Dak, Mitchell and Godwin. I mean, you could argue that depending on the quarterback need, pal. Should I stash Jeff Wilson? Yeah, you probably should. What should I do with Odell, Baker, Odell, and Landry? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't own any of those guys. They're not. You can't do anything with them. No one's going to trade for them. Thoughts on Peoples-Jones? I like Peoples-Jones. I think Peoples-Jones is going to walk into a pretty good spot now because dude's now got more targets with Odell gone. Bought Kamara for CMC. People gave up on Kamara easy. Attaboy. That's what you do. I'm telling everybody right now to go get rid of Christian McCaffrey right now. Get rid of him before he disappoints you like so many other people are disappointing right now. Don't wait around. Don't wait around. Don't be upset at yourself that you didn't make a move. Which side wins this trade? Cook and Judy or Zeke and Jefferson? Zeke and Jefferson by a mile. Like, take a lap for that one, bro. For even. You got to, yeah. I mean, think about it. The running backs are close, and your wide receiver side is not. Attaboy. If you pull that off, I'm proud of you. Should I trade Zeke for CMC? I have Cook, and I'm worried. Joey, Joey, you were there all day today on the live stream. What do you mean, should you trade Zeke for Christian McCaffrey? You were there the whole live stream, Joey. You were there the entire... Come on, Joey. You were there the entire live stream when I said... Make sure I'm not sitting on anything weird. You were there the entire live stream, Joey, when I said trade Christian McCaffrey ASAP. Were you not there? I'm confused right now, Joey. Do I drop AP to get Hines to handcuff to JT? Yeah, I mean, I would. Made a trade yesterday. I traded Woods, Mitchell, Darrell Williams, and McNichols for Zeke. Bro, you better run from the veto police as fast as you can. And Landon even says, "Come on that CMC trade." Of course you don't trade Zeke for CMC right now. Listen to what I say. Christian McCaffrey must be traded if you want to protect yourself. Should I trade A.J. Brown and Deontay Johnson for Tyreek Hill? I would take Tyreek Hill. But that one's kind of arguable. Cook and Herbert for Allen and Mixon. Cook and Herbert for Allen and Mixon. Give me Cook and Herbert. What's up, Smitty? I was a member of all last year. I got banned from YouTube. Was Jake Jets? I don't know why you got banned, bro. But play nice. I don't know. My mods take care of that 8. So just be a good boy, and we'll start over. I'm Smitty. Nice to meet you, 8. Appreciate you. Elijah Moore did good. Saw a report that Odell will be released tomorrow. I mean, a lot of Niner talk. I don't look. Wide receivers changing teams is always a tough transition. Got to pick up a system, playbook. He's injury prone. Like I'm not going after it really. Elijah Moore is looking good. We talked him up all off season long. It's taken a while for the guy to do anything. And on an Instagram Live, I talked about it with another analyst saying we like him. You know, we both talked about we like him and that don't give up on him. He could have a big game now that Mike White's back, and he had a big game, but he did it, you know, with everything going on. So I like him. Smitty, is JT running back 1 overall next year? We were talking about that. That's what's in the title. Hit the thumbs up if you're just joining. 91 of you in here, please hit that thumbs up. We're just, come on. 90 of you in here, only 32 thumbs up. I'm out here in the cold of Arizona where it's 70 degrees and us Arizonians are freezing. I'm getting over everything that I've gone through. I'm out here, an additional emergency live stream, and I can only get 1/3 of the people watching to do a measly thumb up punch, smash it. Like, really? I'm out here in an emergency doing a live stream, Thursday night football reaction live stream. All I ask is for just a second of your time to hit that thumbs up. Smitty, is Devontae Smith droppable at this point? It depends on your options, bro. Claypool and a 2023 first rounder for Ridley? No. Why? I mean, you don't even know if Ridley's going to ever play again. You're going to give up a first rounder, bro? No. Everyone in this room, give the man a like. Thank you. Come on, Landon. Odell Beckham Jr. on the way. JT and Wentz went off. So talking about JT, I have it in the title of the video. It's an emergency. Like, come on, Landon's really playing on the come on. Landon, Landon, we got to space out the come ons, or it's not as funny, bro. We can't do it every time. Only shit, Smitty, that worked for the thumbs up. Yeah, well, not really, bro. We went to from 40 to 54. 14 thumbs up. It's not that many, bro. We have 100 people in here. We still only have 55 thumbs up. You know, but I appreciate it. Let's punch it, okay? You know, I'm out here in the 70-degree cold weather. This is like for an Arizonian. Like I almost need a jacket. My nose is running. I still got a cough. I'm gonna try and run. It's been long enough. I need to get out there and start exercising and getting my life back together. You know, I can only sleep 10 hours a day for so long. Now I got to get back to the people. I got to get back to you guys. As the description in the video, I say, hey, JT, is he the 1.1, 2022 value? If we were to mock draft right now, where would we put JT? Is it 1 or is it 2? Because earlier it was like 3 on the live stream earlier today, but after 170 yards and 2 TDs, no one's going to put up with that. You know, things change quickly when we do rankings. Number 1 or number 2, JT? Is it Najee Harris? Is it JT? Is it JT and Najee? Can we at least come to an agreement that the top 2 picks overall 2022 PPR are Najee and JT? That's 1 and 2. Whether it's 2 and 1, 1 and 2. We got Alex saying Najee. Vote in the chat here. Who's the 1.1 in 2022 PPR? We got JT. We got Najee. Derrick Henry for Jonathan Taylor. JT1, JT, Najee. God, JT took over. One game, JT just took over. JT went from 3 to 1 in one game, which it's arguable. It's understandable. I don't disagree. So JT1, Najee 2. Who's number 3? Kamara, Cook, Kamara. We got a lot of Kamaras. We got a couple Cooks. JT has been so consistent. And what do we say all offseason on the show? That he would start off disappointing. He did. And that he would be the best player to go trade for before he bounced back, because that's what JT does. That's what JT's been doing. I don't know about it moving forward. Moving forward, we're accepting him. He's good to go moving forward. He doesn't have to prove anything to us anymore, but he started off slow. And you could buy him a little cheaper than you should have. Man, is Lou Malnati still open? I'm kind of feeling like a pizza pie. I'm feeling a little bit like a pizza pie all of a sudden. You know, I should be running. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh man, that looks so good though. Oh, maybe wings. Maybe just like 10 count. A 10 count of some hot wings at Lou Malnati's Pizzeria. Oh, come on. I don't know. Should I do it? I don't know if I should do it. Are they even open? I don't think they're open anymore. Decide for me. Don't be open. Don't be open. Oh God, it looks so good. Dude, I could just taste the wings, the ranch. Oh, dip it in. Lumon, oh, it looks so good. I keep looking at it. Damn, looks good. The sign, I could eat the sign. I'm so hungry right now too. I'm starving. I'm a Jets fan. I wouldn't put any stock in what anyone did to humiliate. God, I can't even read. Humiliate us tonight. Yeah, I still like Mike White though. 8. I still like Mike White. Don't come in here and bash Mike White. You just got here. Just had a bad feeling about Derrick Henry. Bro, you aren't alone. Derrick Henry was on a collision course with injury, bro. It was inevitable. Inevitable. What's up, Cameron? What two do you start? Marvin Jones, Mooney, or AJ Dillon? I'm probably gonna go the two wide. No, Dillon and Marvin maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. That one's tough. Wipe your feet, says Edgar. Yeah, guys, 59 likes, 100 of you in here. Punch it for me. Punch it for your man, Smitty. Love the content. New here. Thank you, Vin. I appreciate you. What kind of wide receiver talent can you get for trading Kelsey? You can get probably a top wide receiver. You can get one that's struggling a little bit, though, like Diggs or Hopkins. Get a guy that can be top 1 to 5. I definitely would go after Diggs. You could maybe get Jefferson right now because Jefferson's been hurting. I'm hearing Henry won't be out as long as we're originally saying. Who's saying that? Some blogger? Some comment on Twitter? Some tweeter? Some little tweet? Some little tweeter twatter? I mean, I'm pretty dialed in, bro, and I'm telling you right now, there's no substantial information out there that says that Derrick Henry that's solid enough to count on. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of people out there saying a bunch of stuff. Smitty, signing off. Appreciate you and your mods. Thank you, Landon. Get out of here, Landon. Come on. Some kid's basement crying he lost Henry. Yeah, Henry. Dude, let me tell you something about that injury. Okay, let me tell you something. Let me give you not you. I'm not schooling you, but I'm going to school Franklin that tweeted that out. Okay, let me tell you something. Here's the foot. This is where the 5th metatarsal is. You have that bone on your foot right here. Okay, right here, and I just actually banged it on the cement, getting my foot up on here. So we may have an actual live case here. That hurt, son of a bitch. I'm trying to ignore it, but I can't. It hurts. Oh, I seriously hit the 5th metatarsal. I swear to, what the, that hurt. I tried to play it off for like the first minute or two, but I smacked that sucker hard. I literally hit my 5th metatarsal. This is ironic. Oh my God. I swear. Hold on a second. Son of a, you have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. That hurts so bad. Oh my God. Oh, the irony of that. Oh. Okay, so here's the bone. You guys can all feel that bone on your foot. Okay? Right here is the 5th metatarsal. There are 3 different places where you can crack it right here. You can crack it right at where the joint is, which is actually better than when you crack it right about here. This is a Jones fracture. This right here, I forget the name of it, but it's easier to crack this one because it heals a lot better. The reason the Jones fracture doesn't heal as good when it's right here is because it literally is pushing up against this metatarsal. And so when you crack it right here, you consistently have the pressure against it. You can't heal this without going through an extensive a time off the foot. He cracked it right there. There's a certain window of time, man. Okay, I can still plant. I think we're good. Right on a cement block. That 5th metatarsal he cracked. There's no way you can speed that along. That's a 6 to 10 week injury. So what you're probably hearing is that kid in the basement tweeting, little tweeter bird, is saying 6 weeks. He could be earlier. I own Henry. He could come back earlier. It could be 6 weeks, not 10. 6 is the answer. That's what he said. And so that's what you're hearing. A lot of people talking about the 6-week window. He's a 260-pound running back. And on an injury like that, you try to come back at 6 weeks, bro, you're running the risk of not only re-injury, but further damage to your, oh God, that is kind of hurting. I did something though. Oh, No, no, no. I'm down. I'm down. Damn it. Damn it. Explaining how to crack your fifth metatarsal Jones fracture. Son of Smitty started JT tonight, but I did start Dak. I did start Dak and put Wentz on the bench, but happy with JT. Yeah, I mean, you'll be fine, bro. I mean, Dak could, Dak is expected to play as of this moment, assuming he doesn't suffer any kind of setback. And Dak could have 300 yards and 3 TDs, So, like, don't even worry about it. Get to the chopper, Zach. Phone's about to die. 95 of you in here. Hit the thumbs up if you could. But yeah, don't listen to anybody on that Jones fracture healing faster than 6 to 10 weeks. That is the only thing you're hearing is somebody trying to say that it could be 6 weeks. Don't listen to everybody. I own Henry, and I want him to be better sooner than later. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper, Henry. Sooner. Get that 6 weeks. Get down. Flex Moss or Parker? Probably Parker in PPR. Trade CMC. Trade CMC, Rooks. What's up, Rooks? Rooks is on my text line, right, Rooks? You're the Rooks, right? On my text line, baby. Why trade CMC? I thought we was waiting to see if. So here's Rooks. You need to watch my live stream today. Everything's evolving, man. Everything's ever changing, and we were buying Christian McCaffrey low, but he's inching closer and closer to a comeback, and therefore it's time to explore his new value. His value's ever changing. I'm getting a bad feeling about him, and when you break it down logically, Rooks, think about it, man. And this is what I said on my show. You break it down logically. If you trade Christian McCaffrey right now, you're getting the world. You trade Christian McCaffrey, you're getting a Najee Harris and probably a Mike Williams. You're getting an Aaron Jones and at least a Mike Williams. You're getting an Aaron Jones and maybe a McLaurin. You were getting a JT. We were talking about getting JT. No longer. No longer. JT's gone. You'll never see JT again. You'll never be able to trade for that man again. He is now the 1.1. Even in redraft, people aren't going to trade him. But you could have traded Christian McCaffrey for a safer player. And in a worst case scenario, Rooks, with what you can get with McCaffrey being he's on the verge of coming back, what you can get from McCaffrey now is in a worst case scenario, even to what McCaffrey will do if McCaffrey comes back and delivers, because you're going to get two pieces, two components for your team. You're getting an Aaron Jones and a Mike Williams. You're getting a McLaurin and an Aaron Jones. You're getting a Zeke Elliott and a Mike Williams. You're getting two players that are going to contribute. And I mean, you could hold on to them. You've waited this long. I'm not telling you to sell low. Don't come back and say, Smitty, I listened to you. I got Mixon and Deontay. I'm not going to Smitty approve that. I want nothing to do with that. Don't tie me to that. If you come back and say, Smitty, I did what you said, you better be right. Don't tie me to that crap. Najee, Mike Williams, Zeke, McLaurin. You can get that. And in a worst case scenario, if CMC does deliver and doesn't get hurt, you're fine. It's even. It still washes at that point. But if Christian McCaffrey repeats the pattern that Mike Thomas is repeating, these injured players they're going to be back, then they're not. They're going to be back, then they're not. It is a pattern. If you go ahead and get yourself a Najee and Mike Williams, Zeke and Mike Williams, and McCaffrey works out, guess what? Even Steven. If it doesn't, boom. Getting released. Odell getting released today. Yep. Extremely hard. 100 thumbs up. Appreciate you, Rooks. Lost Henry. Should I trade Metcalf and Schultz for Henderson and Judy? Metcalf and Schultz for Henderson and Judy. I don't know if I like that deal exactly. It's not horrible, but I don't think that's a great crazy move. CMC for Cook. Head up. Who's head up? Is head up a follower or something? Who's head up? I don't know if you're talking to me. CMC for Cook, absolutely straight up. Is head up mean straight up? Is that like slang? Is that what the kids are saying? Head up. give me, give me Cook straight up or head up, whichever one. Absolutely, Rooks. Absolutely, Cook. Give me potentially Najee straight up, but try and get more. Cook or Kamara, I like head up or straight up, whatever, over CMC. Straight up. Straight up. I don't know if head up's I saw head up a couple times. Maybe head up is a follower. Person in my league with CMC is in last. I'm scared that if they make the playoffs, she has Pitts. I just got offered Saquon for JT. Bro, that's great. You know what you should say? I'm going to think about that. Just leave it up. Leave it up. Then the next week say, I'm still thinking about it. Leave it up. Can't be kidding me. All right, Rooks. Even trade. Head up. Keep your head up, Brooks. He meant heads up. I still don't know how that is. That a new phrase? Heads up. Super chat. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Eduardo, Flex, Renfro, Brian Edwards, Tony, Sharp, or Knox if he happens to play. And who do we drop for Odell? I don't know that I'm dropping anyone Sharp. I drop Sharp for Odell. I'd rather have Odell than Sharp. And Renfro is probably safest. Edwards has a little bit more upside, and Tony has the most risk but the highest ceiling. So honestly, probably go Tony, but Tony scares me a little bit because he's just such a wild card with everything that he does. You know, his emotions, his anger, everything. He's all over the map. But monitor his health because he's injured right now. Cameron's calling me Grandpa Smitty. Take a lap, Cameron. Take a lap, Cameron. Hit the thumbs up, says Derrick. Thank you, Derrick. Let's get to 100 likes. 100 people in here. Let's get to 100 likes at least. Tony, yeah, there's a lot of Tony questions. Should I trade Higbee and Burrow for Matthew Stafford? I like Burrow about as much as Stafford, pal. So it depends on if you like, what quarterback you like a little more, and if you've got a quarterback situation, or if you've got a good tight end situation, go for your guy. Nose is still running. I'm still sneezing. It's late night, but I'll obey. Thank you, Cameron. Cameron called me Grandpa Smitty. Had to pop in to say hi. JT running back 1 rest of season. Trey, we've already anointed him the 1.1 in 2022, thank you, Derek. According to the mass consensus, he is the 1.1 in 2022. Hubbard or Scott at the flex, probably, I would say Scott's maybe safer, but Hubbard's higher risk, higher reward, depending on, obviously, CMC, who I don't think will play. Is Jalen Hurts bouncing back this week? He could, or he could get benched, and the way that they treat him. God, I'm hungry right now. I'm so hungry. Just popped in. We on the same page. Attaboy, Trey. Appreciate you, pal. Dalvin Cook and Pittman for Mixon and Debo. Cook and Pittman by a lot. Like, I'm selling Debo. I'm selling Debo. 8 voted for Najee. I don't mind Najee. It's JT and Najee. JT 1.1 2022. I approve of that, says Brandon. I think it's JT and Najee right now. Go order that pie. It's closed, I think, bro. Start QB Taylor versus Miami or Fields versus Pitts. I think it's closed. There's no cars. There's like no cars for even workers. There's like 2 cars out here. They're probably cleaning up the kitchen. I'm too late, but that's okay. I need to go run. I need to trim down anyway. All right, 103 of you in here. Let's get those last 11 likes if you don't mind. Judy or Javonte this week. Give me Judy safer. Javante's higher risk, higher reward. Smitty playing hurt. Grandpas don't play hurt, says Edgar. Attaboy. Man, I bang my toe hard. I bang my toe hard. Thoughts on Cortland Sutton the rest of the season? I think he's a wide receiver 3-4. Najee 1.1. I could get behind that, but I think JT won the vote, pal. JT won the vote. Everybody wants JT. What was Smitty's worst fantasy season ever? Details. I don't know. I mean, every year there's things you hit and things you miss, bro. When you create as much content as I do, you're gonna land a lot. You're gonna miss a lot. It's gonna happen. But some years I have. I would say it's more about what years have I like hit home runs, like Mahomes and calling the Mahomes breakout, calling the and then having a year where there's some good ones and some bad ones. I'd say this year's been pretty good. There have been a lot of bust predictions that have come true. But there have been stuff too, like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who I was high on, but there weren't a ton of. I mean, there aren't a ton of them. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You've got. I would say one of the biggest players I missed on that I didn't have ranked high enough would be Cooper Kupp. But that's like everybody. Like Cooper Kupp is higher ranked than anybody had him. A lot of people liked him, but Cooper Kupp was a big miss across the board. But you're gonna have hits. And I create a video a day, bro. So there's gonna be content. There's gonna be tons of content that I'm gonna hit on and not hit on. But for me, it's about process too. Like I want you guys to think differently. I want you guys to think for yourself. I don't want anybody to just go off my rankings. I want to help push you over the fence if we're thinking similar. But I more so want to help create process and learning. And I've got some things up my sleeve for 2022 around risk assessment and giving risk scores to every player that we can. And I'm going to come up with a way to evaluate risk differently walking into 2022 so that all of us, including me, can avoid maybe some more of the pitfalls that have hit people. And I feel like some of those things I applied to my own rankings and stuff. And like with Henry or Akers or whoever, that I'm going to apply this year to a lot of the rankings. And we're going to talk about injuries more probably this coming year than we did in 2021. Mike Davis was fool's gold, and there was red flags for that too. Red flags for Clyde, red flags for Mike Davis, red flags for Akers, obviously red flags for Derrick Henry. There are a lot of red flags all over the place. Some of those I tried to scream from the rooftop. Some of them, in the case of Clyde, I didn't want to listen myself. Clyde, I still think Clyde's got an opportunity, but there's still a lot of risk with Clyde, and Clyde was a risk that I think I was biasly unable to navigate. And we're all going to have those. Smitty will tell you how high I was on Eckler this year. I honestly don't remember, Bruce, so I can't vouch for that. You swear I remember how high you were on an individual player, Bruce. You're giving me way too much credit, bro. Way too much. We need 5 more likes to hit 100. Punch it. Bruce swears I remember who he liked. Take a lap, Bruce. Smitty will tell you, we haven't talked about this, so I haven't got his approval yet, but Smitty will tell you how much I liked Austin Eckler. Not really, Bruce. I don't know him. Just kidding. Bruce, for people that don't know the Bruce, he's become quite famous on the show very quickly. His mother is the voice of Baked In Boys. So Miss Robeson is the one gracing us with her amazing skills of It's Baked In Boys, Getting Lammed video clip. That is the Bruce's mother. So Bruce Robeson, we salute you, pal. Whatever you say goes. Yeah, Bruce Robeson loved Eckler. Okay, Smitty approved. I trust Bruce. I trust the Bruce. If he said it, he liked him. It's Baked In Boys. His mom is a legend on the channel already. The Baked In Boys, Miss Robeson. We're gonna get some more clips. Smitty will tell you. Smitty, I don't know. Smitty, that's kind of like Bruce said I'd fight somebody, and then when the dude came up and goes, the Bruce said you'd fight me, and I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I gotta plug my phone in; it's gonna die. I gotta end it. I gotta go run. I don't know if you can still hear me. or if my earpods changed over. Justin Jefferson, 4th-round pick next year. No, 4th-round pick. Who is that? Rios? Rios, if I had my take a lap button, I'd press that 4 times for you. I'll play it 4 times in a row. Justin Jefferson, 4th-round pick next year. Triple question mark. What is wrong with you, Rios? Take a lap. 4th round. I don't know. What are you talking about? Why would you say that? I am curious. I am curious, Rios. I am very, very interested in what the breakdown was on that one. 4th round? Oh, have any what? Can't drive. You have any DUIs? Can't drive? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'll join you with that lap, says Rios. Rios, what did you mean though? What did you mean, bro? I took my laps. I ran 2 miles. Attaboy, Bruce. But Rios, what do you mean? I'm honestly curious as to why you said it. Did you mean that I got a positive, like he's really climbing up there, 4th rounder? Or did you mean I don't like him? He did bad 1 week last week after being one of the most consistent wide receivers in fantasy football all year. 4th rounder? Which one is it, Rios? I just want to know what side of the fence you're on and why. Should I trade Mitchell and Mike Williams for Diggs? Mitchell and Mike Williams is pretty even for Diggs. I'd rather have Diggs if you have the depth for it. Rios, wave on your 4th lap. I'm just curious why. Like, please give us a little details as to what you were saying. He wanted a lap. Give the guy a break. I know Rios is my dude. Don't worry about it, Rios. Rios is tough love. It's not. I'm just curious what you meant. That's all. I just wanted your reaction. Okay, I got it. Thanks, Rios. I love your content too. All right. One more like. We're at 99. Punch it. We're 99 and 99. We need one person that's watching that hasn't hit the like button to punch it on our way out the door. As usual, 100 and 101. There we go. If I had a bell, I'd ring it. We're, as usual, people, if you leave a comment after this video, I will do my best in the next 12 to 48 hours to answer every single one of your questions. So I better see 100 to 101 of your eyeball, or actually, assuming all of you have both your eyes. If anybody only has one eye, let us know. I'm curious. But assuming there are 204 eyeballs in here right now, I should see 102 questions. So ask away, and I'll spend probably all today and tomorrow answering. But if anybody asks a question tonight, after I run, I'll get home. I'll try and answer every question I can before I go to bed and pass out. Appreciate you. Cameron's got 3 eyeballs, 2 eyeballs here, 1 in the back of his head. All right. Later, everybody. Thanks for joining me for this hour of emergency fantasy football content. As I bang my toe, probably fractured. I probably gave myself a Jones fracture explaining that earlier. Later, everybody. Later. Go JT. Go Mike White. Get better, Mike. Get back in that